Hey, lightning fast, huh? Time to make my entrance.
Let's wrap this up quick, yeah? No one's faster than me in the race. This way! Dodge this! In one fell swoop! The two heroes here. Oh, he's pretty cool, huh?
That's amazing! On September 25th, 2024, Rapid Hawks was introduced into Season 7 of My Hero Ultra Rumble during the game's first anniversary update. His arrival was met with excitement and concern. Players were eager to see how his high-speed aerial combat would translate into the Battle Royale format, as he was only previously seen in One's Justice 2. And what followed was a period of dominance that reshaped the meta. Hawks had the tools to control vertical space, scout enemies, and reposition with ease. His skills included a homing alpha projectile that could track targets when it was unaimed, his beta, a dash that transitioned into free flight and allowed for slashing attacks, and a scattershot gamma that marked enemies and revealed their location through walls. For his special action, it gave him full aerial mobility and the ability to carry teammates across the map. For a while, Hawks was everywhere, and because of his broken-ass beta, it wasn't a good presence. Because for the entirety of Season 7, Hawks' beta, quote-unquote combo, reigned supreme.
We're under attack! This is nothing!
The first wave of balance changes came on November 20th, 2024. His alpha was adjusted so that its projectiles no longer homed through obstacles, reducing his pressure through cover. As for his beta, well, it received a mix of changes. For starters, the flying duration was increased, and melee attacks during the fight consumed less gauge, so the slashes when you press beta after hitting the initial hit. The second slash was changed to blow enemies away with a single strike, knocking them down, which removed his ability to chain a third hit into anything. His reload was delayed until he touched the ground, and the skill's activation percentage was also increased. These changes made his flight more deliberate, but also disrupted his flow. Hawks had relied on chaining melee strikes into quirk skills for consistent damage, and this update broke that sort of rhythm. On December 18th of the same year, his beta was hit again. The slashing damage during the free flight was reduced across all levels, and both versions of his special action had their flight and transport durations shortened. This made it harder for Hawks to stay airborne and reposition freely. This is when the community began to feel the impact. Hawks was still fast, but his pressure was fading. Nerfs continued into the following year. On May 7th, 2025, his beta received another damage reduction, further limiting his offensive output. Then, on July 23rd, a key mechanic was removed. Melee attacks could no longer be cancelled into quirk skills. This change effectively killed his main combo potential. Hawks has sort of built his identity around fluid movement and quick transitions between melee and skill-based attacks. Without that cancel window, his combat flow became clunky and, more importantly, predictable. At the same time, his carry ability in his special action was updated to allow more precise control using movement input, letting players rise with jump and descend with crouch. It was a quality of life change, but it did not restore his lost edge. As of Season 15, Hawks is no longer a top-tier threat. His damage has been toned down, his flight time is shorter, and his combo routes are mostly gone, without the help of tuning. He still offers mobility and scouting, but he is not a priority pick in competitive lobbies. Most players now consider him a mid-tier character. He can still be effective in the right hands, especially with careful positioning and tuning like I mentioned earlier, as well as team coordination, but he no longer defines the pace of the game. The aerial menace that once ruled the skies has been grounded. Hawks didn't have any major exploits or bugs during his time in the game, but his design pushed the limits of what mobility could do in a battle royale setting. His rise and fall reflect the challenge of balancing evasive characters who rely on movement and fluidity. While he is still playable, his current state is a far cry from the dominance he once had. Whether he gets reworked or buffed in future seasons remains to be seen, but for now,
Hawks is still trying to catch up to Prime AFO, Armored All Might, and even Endeavor.